This Perp back with another video, and I just got out of watching M3GAN. This is the very first movie review of the new year, and it's ironic that last year I started with Scream and now we're starting with M3GAN, and this is going to just be my first thoughts and how I felt about this overall. Going into this, there's a lot of hype. The marketing for this has been pretty insane. The fact that this is a PG-13 horror movie has definitely made me think it has made me less excited a little bit for this movie, but I wanted to go into this with the open mind, and I'm interested to see where this goes. I will say that there are some things that definitely disappointed me, and you can kind of see why, because I'm never the biggest fan of PG-13 horror movies. It never seems to really work. There are some exceptions like Drag Me to Hell, and also films like A Quiet Place, which I think is the best PG-13 horror movie. Some people might say like Insidious, but it is what it is. But that aside, this is very much similar to the Child's Play 2019, where you have this artificial robot that is now kind of sold to you as a toy. And I really like this story for the most part. It is very much safe. It's pretty dark as well. So you have this little girl named Katie. She just loses her parents, and it was in the dumbest way possible that, her parents literally get killed because they decide to stop in the middle of the road while there's like a snowstorm going on. And on top of that, they get the wrong type of tires and they get the wrong car overall. It was just really dumb. It almost made me kind of laugh, but it was sad. It was really sad. It sucks that, she lost her parents. But then we get introduced to Gemma, and she is the one that actually creates M3GAN. And it takes a bit for the story to get going, and we kind of get the build up to how she gets to creating M3GAN. And it has something to do with her niece, which is Katie's character. And it's kind of interesting to see these two's dynamic and see the effects of just technology and how that has an effect on a kid. Because what Gemma does here is she is like a robotic or programmer that like makes these different toys for kids that you have to connect your smart device to. And they make this creepy ass toy that looks like a Kirby or whatever those things were called back in the day. They don't really make them anymore. I'm drawing a blank exactly what the names are. I'm pretty sure it was like a Kirby or something like that. I'm probably mispronouncing the name. Or besides that, I like how they kind of build that whole relationship. At first, you have Gemma. She doesn't really look at Katie as blood. She more looks at her. She doesn't even like really she doesn't want to take up the responsibility of taking care of Katie. She kind of just doesn't even look at her as her kid. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's not your kid, but that's still your blood. So it doesn't matter how you feel about it. You still got to take care of her. And she has this deadline to make. She has to make this like new toy because of the competition copying their original design. The guy, David, he wants them to get around to redesigning this toy that they put out, which makes her, pitch this new idea, M3GAN, where it's a fully functional AI, fully capable of just really pretty much replacing the parent, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we're really going to get there at this point. We're almost there now with just technology, because people are so attached to their phones, especially kids. They're attached to these devices. I like that theme that's kind of played throughout this whole entire film. It makes it really interesting, and it makes me curious to see where they're going to take the whole relationship between Katie and Gemma, because I can see by the end of this trilogy, if she makes it past like the second movie or something like that, if she becomes more closer and understands what it means to be a parent. And I think she does in this a little bit, but there's definitely room for improvement. And I definitely think that M3GAN's gonna come back in a big way, because they definitely planted some seeds. Like, there's definitely copies of that M3GAN stuff, and who knows who sold that could have possibly got into the wrong hands. And I think it's gonna get into the competition's hands, and they're going to try to recreate M3GAN. And she might even have a different look, maybe not. She might have a more advanced look to her, might be more harder to kill. I definitely think that the kills could have been better. It could have been more gory, but hopefully put out like a uncut version of these movies. Because I will say that is the big thing that is lacking, is the violence. I can't stand when a horror movie cuts away from a kill. It kind of just it's kind of blue balls, bro. It's like, I want to see this like thing actually killing something and actually being shown that, because I just think being shown what's happening to the person being killed will be just more effective overall. So that's just what it is. But I do like the way that M3GAN utilizes technology to, kill her victims or make them kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's very creative. More creative, I would say, than the Child's Play remake. So I guess it has that over that version. I just think that they should definitely come out with some like R-rated or unrated version of these movies, if they're going to just come out with PG-13. I just think it would be better. I would definitely want to see a sequel and just a whole trilogy, and to see where they can take all of this, because this is really fascinating to me. Very fun movie. I went with a pretty packed crowd. That made it a very much more enjoyable experience, even with my gripes and some of my dislikes about the movie. I'm still looking forward to it. Let me know how you guys feel about it if you got around to watching M3GAN. Till next time, I'll see y'all next one. Peace.